NBA Street Volume 2 is one of the best games that I've ever played.
Got a fix on it.
This game is deep and it's addicting. There are tons of ways to play and to make progress. And you can unlock great players and all sorts of crazy things.
Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me thrice. I'm all over you, baby. Up by 15.
It might be the greatest arcade-style basketball game of all time.
Oh man, did you see where we just pulled from?
And the thing is that the NBA Street series kind of came out of nowhere. Let me explain to you what happened. Okay, so we all know about NBA Jam. And we all know about NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Now, around this time, Acclaim and Midway parted ways. Acclaim tried to cash in on the popularity of NBA Jam, starting with console games like College Slam. Acclaim then came out with NBA Jam Extreme in the arcades, a game that was totally horrible. The company then came out with a bunch of NBA Jam console sequels since they somehow got the rights to the name NBA Jam. Anyway, none of those console games were any good. And the NBA Jam brand really took a big hit from all those horrible games. That's the reason you don't see many new games calling themselves NBA Jam. The last one came out in about 2011 or so, after which they abandoned the series. That's how bad the damage was. Midway, meanwhile, worked on NBA Hang Time, which is an amazing game. The alley-oop system is nothing short of amazing. In 1999, that was followed up in the arcades with NBA Showtime. Showtime was 3D and suffered from the problems that a lot of first-generation 3D titles had. Midway's final effort was NBA Hoops, a console-only game that came out the same year as the original NBA Street. The thing is that neither Acclaim nor Midway were really able to capitalize on the success that NBA Jam had once had. Both companies started to focus exclusively on the console market, and the games that they made were pretty bad. Now, it was around 2001 that the first NBA Street game came out. It certainly looked impressive, and it got a lot of strong reviews when it first came out. The funny thing about that game is that I've actually never played it. You see, my family got a PlayStation 2 for Christmas in 2002. I was in college at the time. It was during my summer break in 2003 that I bought a copy of NBA Street Volume 2, which must have just come out. I remember paying something like $55 for it used. Anyway, that game totally blew me away.
No.
You don't need to play the first volume to appreciate the masterpiece that is NBA Street Volume 2. This game is fantastic and it's really addicting. It's got a lot of the best characteristics of NBA Hang Time, like the constant alley-oops. And it's really easy to control, which is what really sets it apart. But the best part of it is just how customizable the game is. I mean, the game is filled with content and all of it is unlockable, and that keeps you playing for hours on end. Now, before we get any further, I should apologize. I'm not using the original music. That's because of YouTube's copyright rules. The original soundtrack to this game is actually amazing and it really adds to the experience, so my apologies for not keeping it here. Well, there's a ton of different options. So you can play a pickup game. This lets you choose from any NBA team or two different all-star teams. It's a great two-player mode and it's good to give you a taste of what you can do. And you can change all sorts of settings, stuff that really changes the rules of the game. You can also give the NBA Challenge a try. In this mode, you choose an NBA team and a city. You then play against every other NBA team in the region you've chosen in that city's arena.
Oh man, I can't look.
Beat them all and you'll play against a team of NBA legends. Beat that team and you'll be able to play as any one of those legends in pickup mode. And that's one of the ways that you can unlock players in arenas. Everything in the game is unlockable, like I said, and you'll want to keep playing just to see what other crazy things you can uncover. And then there's Be a Legend option. So you can create your own player, male or female. You then put together an impromptu team and you play through all the cities. You can improve your player as you go along. You can also change their appearance by unlocking different jerseys and other clothes. And most importantly, this allows you to really customize your character into whatever you want them to be. That mode alone takes hours and hours, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, if Be a Legend were the only mode in the game, it would absolutely be worth the price. But including that mode with all this other stuff is the sort of thing that puts this game up high on the greatest of all time list. Now, the default way the game works is basically a basketball pickup game. Shots inside the arc are worth 1 point. Shots outside the arc are worth 2.
Up by 3 squared.
The first team to 21 points wins.
Like a ripe tomato in the supermarket. And we are out of here. Pack it up.
This is pretty familiar to anybody who's played pickup basketball. The rules are more or less the same everywhere you go. Now, the purpose of playing isn't just to score points. You can also do a variety of tricks. So you do these by holding down different combinations of the 4 turbo buttons and pushing the trick button. If you do them successfully, you get trick points and your Gamebreaker meter goes up. Get the Gamebreaker meter high enough and you can shoot a Gamebreaker shot. Make that shot and you'll not only earn points, but your opponent will lose them.
Wolf ticket, wolf ticket, wolf ticket.
However, you can miss the Gamebreaker shot. And you can also have it blocked. The Gamebreaker was apparently also part of NBA Street Volume 1, but the thing that really sets Volume 2 apart is the Level 2 Gamebreaker. You can choose to pocket a Gamebreaker when you have it and keep doing tricks. If you do enough tricks, you unlock the Level 2 Gamebreaker. The Level 2 Gamebreaker is unblockable. Usually it's some kind of crazy combination of all 3 players. Sometimes though it's a crazy trick shot, and it usually takes away 2 or 3 points from the other team.
If you got more than $2 in your pocket, and you like what you're seeing, say what?
It's a really cool innovation, and it makes it so that you spend a lot of your time doing tricks and playing around. It's kind of like the mechanics of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater being combined with NBA Jam. Now, unlike NBA Jam, the only limit to the game time comes from the score. You can shoot long-range shots if you want the game to end quickly, or you can just stand around waiting for alley-oop chances if you want to get your Gamebreaker meter up. Also, you can goaltend in this game without any repercussions.
No mercy on the streets.
Seriously, the only real rule is the 24-second shot clock.
Up by 6.
It's fun because it gives you a lot of freedom to play the game the way that you really want to, and that's one of the things that really makes it addicting. However, I should note that not everything in this game is wonderful. Sometimes you wind up standing around doing trick after trick waiting for your teammates to jump to the basket. It's also really hard to play defense the right way.
Don't ever try that again.
The most effective thing to do is to get a player like Shaq and just goaltend all game long.
Does the term pump fake ever come into mind?
Also, the trick animations mean that a lot of the moves wind up being delayed. To do something like a trick counter basically means guessing right and hitting the buttons at the right time.
That's it. Good stuff.
And it can also be really hard to line yourself up for a block.
That's okay.
A lot of this, honestly, is because EA Sports made the game. So as most of you know, especially from the Madden series, EA is really big on using animations instead of focusing on in-game physics. In NBA Street Volume 2, once an animation sequence starts, there's basically nothing you can do to stop it, and that makes for a pretty delayed feel. It's not hard to get used to, but it's not quite as smooth as something like the NBA Jam arcade games. But honestly, that's a pretty small complaint. Overall, this game is fantastic and is just as much fun today as it was back in 2003.
Woo! Yo, the defender looks like he's on ice skates with no laces.
Which brings up the next question: what happened to the series? Well, NBA Street Volume 2 came out to really solid reviews. EA followed this up with Volume 3 in 2005, that's the one that's got LeBron James on the cover. But for some reason, they decided to get rid of pocketing the Gamebreakers, which is a big complaint by people who have played Volume 3. NBA Street Showdown came out in 2005, but only on the PSP. And then NBA Street Home Court came out in 2007, and that was it. The series then just disappeared. I'm not sure why it died out. There are rumors that the NBA didn't like the Street Association, but seriously, not everybody wants to play simulation type 2K games and take everything seriously. Sometimes you just want to have some fun. Of course, part of the problem is that the 2K series is the only series currently making NBA games. Technically, EA could make NBA Live games, though they've been canceled for pretty mysterious reasons. And honestly, it's not like NBA Live 19 was a great game or anything like that. The modern games honestly can't compete with games like NBA Street Volume 2.
Hey, man, what's the matter? You don't want to get your sneakers dirty? You need to play some defense, bro. Say word.
Anyway, I don't know why they killed off this series, but it really is a shame that they did. We could use more games like this one these days, and it's really crazy to think that it's been over 20 years since NBA Street Volume 2 came out. Maybe we'll see something again one of these years, who knows?